and then in hip hop mixtape review. Chance the Rapper, Acid Rap. Chance the Rapper, when I first put it on, I'm like, yo, this nigga's really tripping on some fucking acid right now. And the first thing I heard was, is this nigga trying to be Wayne on the intro? And then when he was like, and it was, and I thought that right before he said, please say the rapper. Like how Wayne says, please say the baby, please say the fucking, oh yeah, you're not a Wayne fan. Yeah, so I was like, okay, so I really hope that the rest of this project is better than this intro, because I really wasn't feeling the intro like that. But then we get to motherfucking Cocoa Butter Kisses, and that's my shit. Cigarettes, my mama say I'm stank. Cocoa Butter Kisses. You like that shit? Yes! That shit is on point. Cocoa Butter Kisses. Yes. You like that shit right there? But this project definitely picked up after the intro. And then once I listened to the whole project, oh, okay. The intro, it makes sense. I don't have to like it, but it definitely fits the project. And this guy, you know, he's an offbeat type rapper. He's not a guy that's gonna, you know, I can't even say that because he kills his flow is off, and so are the beats, but then he just makes it work. And it's kind of like an ODB, you know what I'm saying, where they're just off kilter, they're off just by a little bit, and I really think he was really on acid when he was making this shit, at least for some of the songs on this project. But I thought overall it was a really good project because it fits him. And he's an artist that you can't copy this guy. Like how are you gonna copy this guy? Because you would have to be an exact carbon copy to copy him, and then you're gonna be irrelevant. Because what he's doing, I really haven't heard anybody sound like him. People are in his lane, but I haven't heard anybody sound like him. And one of my favorite tracks, I have to say, is Nah 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 with Action Bronson. I love Action Bronson on that fucking track. He said my hair slicked back like Rick Pitino. It's hilarious. Look, man, I like Chance the Rapper. I didn't think I was gonna like it because when I asked Ken, man, I'm like, yo, Ken, have you heard this shit? He's like, oh, well, shit. Acting all old and shit, man. I'm like, oh, man. So this shit here is gonna, oh, man, I'm gonna have to, like, really, you know, sit through this. And like I said, with the intro, I was like, oh, man, this is not gonna be an easy listen. But it opened up right at Cocoa Butter Kiss. I'm like, hell yeah, I fuck with this shit. So I just think it's because Ken's old, man. He don't understand this type shit. But it's all good, though. I fuck with it.
Yo, so you know I gotta come to you next.
Like old as shit, man.
Man, look, Yo and Dharma Getz were talking about Chance the Rapper, and they were really looking forward to this project. A couple of months ago, I think, you know, we were all just sitting around just talking. They were talking about the Jake One track that he did. I think it's Acid Rap, and that was the one that got their attention. And you know. 10 Day he dropped last year, you know, it was like, yeah, you listen to it, I kind of walked away from it and tossed it to the side. This is, you know, an improvement on that mixtape, and it seemed like he has developed a sense of style and kind of figuring out what he wants to do with himself as an artist. Production-wise, musically, I think this project is better than that one, mainly because of the things that he's been listening to and paying attention to from that tape till now. But I will say this, when we saw the flood of people asking for this project, and I first put this project on, the first thing I said was, they want us to review this shit? Because it just wasn't connecting with me. When I listened to it, I'm like, what the fuck am I listening to? What the fuck is happening right now? You know, and so I'm listening to this, and then it goes to Pusher Man. First you got this intro that just kind of jumps out at you, and then you go to Pusher Man, which was cool. I kind of like the first half of that track. Then the motherfucking shit cut off, and I'm sitting in the car, I'm bugging the fuck out. I'm like, what the fuck is up with this fucking shit? And he kind of,
what the fuck is up with this fucking shit?
Yeah. what the fuck is up with this fucking shit? And I'm sitting in there, and sitting there like just bugging out on Twitter, going off of this shit, and so I'm listening to it and just, and oh my God. And then the last thing I need is for my fucking rapper to feel like he's picking or or jabbing it. Na 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 na. I don't need this shit from my fucking rapper, dog. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Am I tripping?
Dude,
He
you
doing
sound
this shit?
old as hell right now.
Nah, man. I'm sorry. Let me be the old guy right now. I just wasn't feeling it. I don't need this shit throughout the whole fucking tape. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Cocoa butter kisses. What the fuck is happening?
Dude,
What the fuck is going on, man?
Took you on an acid trip.
Over time, you know, I do like the music. I do like the production because, you know, on this album. But overall, as a project, I think it's tolerable. I think over time, I was able to really kind of listen to it and enjoy it for what it was. And I kind of get it. I get why people are attracted and they like this guy, and he's supposed to be the new Kendrick from Chicago. He's kind of he's just the Chief Keef, right? So that's what people are kind of like, okay, you know, it's something different, something positive coming out of Chicago, and for that I commend Chance the Rapper for being that guy. You know what I'm saying? Giving people an alternative to listen to other than Chief Keef running around, you know, shooting and killing people in front of people. Right. So overall, you know, I get it, but you know, it's just this was not for me.
When I first listened to this, I was on the fence with Ken, like, damn, I wasn't feeling this shit through the first listen. The more listens, the more I got to it, the more I was starting to, you know, I'm like, damn, I'm actually starting to like this mixtape, like, for some reason. I'm like, he's not as bad as I thought he was through the first listen. Like, I think, you know, with Pusha Man, and I think the outro is probably one of both of my like favorite tracks, and Acid Rain. Like, I guess it's more serious, his more serious type of subject matter that he was talking in those songs. I think those are my favorites easily. I mean, and you got the comedy songs like Nan and Juice, and then what else? Another one that was like a funny song that he had. I was kind of disappointed with the Ab Soul song a little bit. That didn't really do nothing for me. It didn't really do nothing. It didn't do nothing for me that much. Like I said, the Pusha Man, after it paused and then it got to that like weird type of production, I thought that was cool. I thought the second part of Pusha Man was pretty cool. And this is a pretty cool project. There's nothing for me to go like goo gaga over. Like I say, for each listen, I take something from it. Each listen, I got like how he was talking about on Acid Rain, you know, his best friend getting killed in the hallway. How he saw his friend get killed in the hallway. Like I said, I just like the more seriousness of it. I didn't really. Like Ken, I wasn't caring for all that nan, you know, I know that's his little ad-libs, that's his style and everything, you know, but you know, it doesn't really resonate with me that much. So overall, this project was cool. It was okay. Like I said, I picked like about maybe 3 or 4 songs that I really love out of here. That I really enjoyed. But
You say 3 or 4?
yeah, about 3 or 4 that I really like.
I said 3 or 4. That's not a good project then, B.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not.
They said that he really loved.
Yeah.
But there's 10 tracks that he thought were just okay.
Okay, yeah.
That's not a good project, man.
It was just alright.
So what's funny is, you can call me old too. Hold on now. I put this shit on.
Go ahead, brother.
And I thought the same thing as Ken off that intro. It's called Good Ass Intro. I was like, is he fucking kidding? This is terrible. He has this annoying ass voice, this stupid flow, this dumb beat. I was like, man, this is some bullshit. I didn't even make it through the whole fucking first time listening to this shit. I turned it off. I was like, man, fuck this shit. Then I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm driving around, I swear to God. I was like, I got the juice. I was like, motherfucker, what the fuck is going on? And then I'm like, cocoa butter. It was stuck in my head. I'm like, wait a minute. So I went back, listened to it again. And I'm like, man. No, it was still weird because I was like, man, it's still some bullshit, but I like it. Man, okay. It was like Aesop Rock. It was like, I'm so glad that I had some time before we did this review. Because if we did this review, like maybe 5 days ago, I'd have been on Ken. I would have been on Ken's side. I would have hated this. But I think I surpassed you. I love this project.
I do too.
It took me a few listens before it finally clicked. And I don't think it's a young people, old people thing. I think it's just a matter of taste. Like, This dude is not made for your average listener. And that's why this is not what I expected. Because a lot of younger people on Twitter hit me up about this guy. And I saw that he was young, so I'm like, man, that's some swaggy, stupid, whatever nonsense. His name is silly. I'm like, I'm not gonna like this. But man, yeah, after like the fourth listen, it was just like, you got me, man.
Yeah.
You got me. Like, I'm telling you, these songs have been stuck in my head ever since, especially Juice. That's probably my favorite song of the whole album. I got the juice. I got the juice. He did get me. He did get me. Because you know what, man? Every time an experimental hip-hop album comes out, I say, oh man, someone finally found a new way to be experimental. But this isn't going to happen again. Next experimental album comes out, I'm like, wow, somebody still found a way to be experimental. The fact that we're in 2013 and dudes like this are still finding new ways to be experimental and innovative, I think is fucking awesome, especially coming where he's coming from, as young as he is.
Exactly.
The fact that this dude has made it to where you have a mixtape and this guy has schizophrenic flows, meaning you can't nail him down.
No, you can't.
That's what I like about him too, man.
Me
It's
too.
like he just does what he wants to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? He don't give a fuck. He say, if I sound fucked up, I don't give a fuck. You'll like it eventually. Or you'll get used to it.
Or you'll just give up.
Yeah, or you'll just give up. But at the end of the day, he's just gonna do it. He's like, he's still gonna sound like he sounds, still gonna rap how he wants to rap. And it's just, like you said, it's experimental. Like and he doesn't care.
Right.
And I love that about him.
I love that about him too. And it works. That's the best part about it, is a lot of people can try, because when I first listened to it, I thought, okay, he's trying to be experimental and he fucking failed. It was a failed experiment. And when he got in my head, I was like, oh, it worked. Because he's managed to make experimental music catchy. And that's extremely hard.
It is.
You know, these songs will get in your head and you'll be singing them to yourself. But he's still managing to say, you know what, I'm not like everybody else. You're not going to nail me down and put me in this lane. Because whose fucking lane is he in?
It's like Cudi.
I don't know.
That's why that was a good
Exactly.
reference to Cudi that you made, yeah.
I agree. He's like Cudi in that sense of, Raphael is 100% right. You cannot mimic this dude, period. Because nobody sounds like him. And in 2013, when you can have a rapper that's this young that comes out and you can say that nobody sounds like him, you've accomplished something. Even if you don't like it, you have to respect that.
Yeah.
You absolutely have to respect that. Even if you put this aside and say, this is some bullshit, I don't like it, it's not for my ears, you have to say, I respect the fact that this dude is doing something
It
different.
didn't take me that long into the project to understand and appreciate it. I got it around Cocoa Butter Kisses. But that intro, it fucked me up the first time. It fucked me up. But I think I'm real interested to see the progression of Chance the Rapper. Because now that you're in hip hop, people are going to request you to be on features and stuff. And I'm really interested to see how he could take his sound and what he does over somebody else's beat and still be him and be that quirky, weird guy that he is. He's dope. It definitely bumps in the whip. I'm fucking with it heavy. I really like this project. Big up to Chance the Rapper, man.
It's one of those projects that, you know, I think 3 or 4 of us said that we have to continue to play over and over again, and at some point, because he understands, you know, understands beat selection, and then how to actually craft and make songs accessible and catchy. I'm still not kind of fucking with it that heavy, but I do appreciate and understand and get his appeal and what Chance the Rapper is doing, and I appreciate him being creative and bringing something new, different to the game of hip hop, especially outside of Chicago with all the issues going on with there.
Like I said, this project grew on me a little bit, and you know, I guess according to them, I didn't really like it that much because I only loved like 3 or 4 songs. The rest were okay. They weren't whack. They were just didn't grab me like that, except for Pusher Man, Acid Rain, and the outro. And everybody wants something, or everybody loves somebody. I think that's the song. I can't remember where he sampled the Fall in Love joint. But other than that, yeah, it was.
Everything's good. The last song you talking about?
No, I love that. I love the outro.
Everybody's
Everybody's something. That's what it is. Yeah, that one. So other than that, the rest of the tracks were just didn't really grab me like that. You know, I can't say, you know, appreciate him being a creative MC.
Again, like I said, I hated it at first. It totally grew on me. It took me a couple listens to finally understand what was happening. I think if I had gotten this album from an older audience, I may have gotten it earlier, but I think getting it from a younger audience, I was just like, I don't see what you guys are seeing in this guy. But yeah, I really enjoyed this project. I'd love to see what he's gonna do next. I really enjoyed this. I think that everyone should give this guy a listen, man. I think this is the dude that can make experimental music really cool again. And yeah, man. And he's I didn't even touch on the fact that he's actually a dope lyricist. He's got good wordplay.
Yeah.
You know, he's not just spitting some bullshit. He's got some lyrics in him. It's just you have to just get with his flow. It might take you a minute, trust me, because I've heard a million different flows from a million different weird rappers, and it took me a minute to grasp onto this guy. Once I did, it's good shit, man.